FCFS. So what are the Poisson-Queen models? The Queen system, where the distribution of arrival and the distribution of departure both are assumed to be Poisson, or the distribution of inter-arrival time and distribution of service time are taken as exponentially distributed, then the Queen system is called as Poisson-Queen system. The main Poisson-Queen system are MM1 infinity FCFS, MM1 NFCFS, MMC infinity FCFS, and MMC NFCFS. So before discussing the Queen system, different Queen system, first we will require is that definition of steady state, which is also a concept of Queen system. So a Queen system is said to be in steady state if the characteristics like Q length, distribution, and different probabilities are become independent of time. Then system is called as in steady state. That means if PNT denotes the probability that there are n customers in the system at time t, then system is said to be in steady state if limit t tending to infinity PNT is equals to PN. That means PN is independent of the time t. Now we come to the first model, MM1 infinity FCFS. In this model, the distribution of arrival is Poisson with arrival rate lambda. Distribution of departure is Poisson with service rate mu, where lambda is taken as smaller than mu, so that service can be provided to all the customer upon arrival. The distribution of inter-arrival time is exponentially distributed with mean arrival time 1 upon lambda, and service time is exponentially distributed with mean service time 1 upon mu. System has single server, as here MM1, so 1 represents the single server. Infinity represents that Q length is unrestricted, and FCFS represents that the service Q discipline is first come first serve. Now we come to the characteristics of this model. First is steady state distribution. The steady state distribution is obtained under certain axioms, which are the number of arrival as well as the number of departures in non-overlapping intervals are independent of time, or you can say intervals of time are statistically independent. That means if a person arrive between 5% arrive between 11 to 11:05 and 10% persons arrive 11:05 to 11:10, their arrivals are independent. That does not depend upon each other. The probability that an arrival occurs within a very small time interval delta t is given by P1 t is equals to lambda t plus lambda delta t plus O delta t. Similarly, the probability of one departure during very small time interval delta t is given by mu delta t plus O delta t. The probability of more than one arrivals and more than one departures are negligibly small and can be represented by O delta t, where O delta t is a very small quantity and a function of t having function of delta t having power of delta t more 2 or more. That means power of delta t in the function O delta, each term of O delta t is more than 1. And limit delta t tending to infinity, O delta t tends to 0. And fifth axiom is that the arrival and departures are statistically independent. The statistically independent means that probability of arrival intersection probability of arrival intersection departure will be equals to probability of arrival into probability of departure. The PNT denotes the probability that there are n customers in the system at time t. First, we consider the case when n is greater than 0, and later we consider the case when n is equals to 0. So if n is greater than 0, then PNT plus delta t can be broken into several parts. First part, probability there are n customers at time t, no arrival and no departure during time delta t. Second case, the probability that n minus 1 customers at time t, one arrival and no departure during delta t. That means we require n customers at time t plus delta t. So n minus 1 customer at t, one arrived during delta t. So total will become n customers at time t plus delta t, as no departure occur in between. Similarly, probability n plus 1 customers at time t, no arrival and one departure during delta t. When one departure occur during delta t, so the number of customers will become smaller. So that will become n plus 1 minus 1, that is n customers at time t plus delta t. Similarly, there are n customers at time t, one customer arrive and one depart, then the customers will be n at time t plus delta t. So we can write it probability n customers at time t, one arrival and one departure during delta t. Similarly, several other terms can be written, but we are not considering them. Or you can imagine there will be several cases n plus 2 customers, n minus 2 customers, n plus 3 customers, n minus 3 customers, so on up to infinity. Then this probability will become P, since the arrivals and departures in non-overlapping interval of time are statistically independent. So these probabilities can be represented as the product of different probabilities. For example, probability n customer at time no arrival and no departure during time delta t. We can write it probability n customers at time t into probability no arrival during delta t into probability no departure during delta t. Probability n customers at time t can be represented as PNT. So this complete equation will become PNT into probability no arrival during delta t into probability no departure during delta t plus Pn minus 1t into probability 1 arrival during delta t into probability no departure during delta t plus Pn plus 1t probability of no arrival during delta t into probability 1 departure during delta t plus PNT into probability 1 arrival during delta t into 1 departure probability 1 departure during delta t. Higher term will become order of delta t, as each term contains the power of delta t 2 or more. So on substituting the values of no arrival, no departure, one arrival and one departure, the equation will become PNT plus delta t is equals to PNT into 1 minus lambda delta t minus O delta t into 1 minus mu delta t minus O delta t plus Pn minus 1t lambda delta t plus O delta t into 1 minus mu delta t minus O delta t. The probability of no arrival was 1 minus lambda delta t minus O delta t, and probability of one arrival during time t is lambda during time delta t is lambda delta t plus O delta t plus Pn plus 1t into 1 minus lambda delta t minus O delta t into mu delta t plus O delta t plus PNT into lambda delta t plus O delta t into mu delta t plus O delta t plus order of delta t. Now we solve this equation. By solving this equation, if any term have power of delta t 2 or more, or any term containing O delta T, all the terms will be merged with O delta T. So first we start with first term P and T 1 minus lambda delta T minus O delta T into 1 minus mu delta T minus O delta T. We multiply 1 into 1, that will give 1, that is term will become P and T. Then minus lambda delta T is multiplied with 1, that will give minus lambda delta T. So that will give minus lambda delta T into P and T. Then third term O delta T, that will be merged with O delta T in the large. Then fourth term comes out to be mu delta T P and T, that will also with negative sign, that is minus mu delta T into P and T. Fifth term will become mu delta T into O delta T, which is again merged with O delta T. And last term will become O delta T into O delta T, that is also containing O delta T. So that will be also mixed with O delta T. So we have remained only three terms, P and T minus lambda delta T P and T minus mu delta T P and T. And other terms are merged with O delta T. Similarly, second, third, and fourth terms are also solved. Third term will be give lambda delta T P n minus 1t. Fourth term will give mu delta T P n plus 1t. And fifth term, as all terms have power of delta T 2, so that are merged with O delta T. So our equation will become P and T plus delta T minus P and T is equals to minus lambda plus mu P and T delta T plus lambda delta T P n minus 1t plus mu delta T P n plus 1t plus O delta T. Now complete equation is divided by delta T. So it will be obtained as P n T plus delta T minus P n T upon delta T is equals to minus lambda plus mu P n T plus lambda P n minus 1t plus mu P n plus 1t plus O delta T upon delta T. Now we apply the limit delta T tending to 0. By the definition of derivative, first term will become derivative of P and T with respect to T. Second term have no delta T, so it will remain as it is. Similarly, third term also and fourth term also doesn't have delta T, that will remain as it is. And last term O delta T upon delta T, when we apply limit delta T tending to 0, by the definition of order of delta T, it will become 0. So taking limit as delta T tending to 0, this equation will become d by dt of P and T is equals to minus lambda plus mu P and T plus lambda P n minus 1t plus mu P n plus 1t. Now apply steady state condition. That means as t tending to infinity, the probabilities will become independent of t. As probability will become independent of t, this derivative will become 0 as it is with respect to t. And a constant is differentiated with respect to any variable, then that will give 0. So this derivative will become 0. So that means 0 is equals to minus lambda plus mu Pn plus lambda Pn minus 1 plus mu Pn plus 1. All the terms t is removed as these are become independent of t. Now this can be solved for Pn plus 1. So we can write it as Pn plus 1 is equals to lambda plus mu upon mu Pn minus lambda upon mu Pn minus 1. Or it can be written as Pn plus 1 is equals to 1 plus rho Pn minus rho Pn minus 1, where rho is lambda upon mu called as traffic intensity. So here mu is separated for lambda and mu. So first term will give lambda upon mu, which will be rho, and second term will be mu upon mu, which will give 1. So it will become 1 plus rho into Pn. And similarly, second term is lambda upon mu, so it will become rho Pn minus 1. It is termed as equation 1. Now we drive the steady state distribution for n is equals to 0. That is, now we consider the case when no customer is in the system at time t plus delta t. So P0 t plus delta t is equals to probability no customer at time t, no arrival during delta t, and no departure during delta t, plus one customer at time t and one departure during delta t and no arrival during delta t. We cannot consider the case of -1, that is -1 customer in the system at time t, because counting cannot be done in negative terms. So we continue with positive terms plus O delta t also. Now this can be reduced in same manner, and putting the values of one arrival, no arrival, one departure and no departure, we will obtain P0 t plus delta t is equals to P0 t into 1 minus lambda delta t minus O delta t into 1 plus P1 t 1 minus lambda delta t minus O delta t into mu delta t plus O delta t plus O delta t. Here we have taken no departure during delta t, but probability is 1. We have originally taken that probability of no departure is 1 minus mu delta t minus O delta t. But since there are no customer in the system, so no departure will be always true event, so its probability will be 1 only. It will be not taken as 1 minus mu delta t. It will be exactly 1. Now on solving the equation, it is obtained that P0 t plus delta t minus P0 t upon delta t is equals to minus lambda P0 t plus mu P1 t plus O delta t upon delta t. Now again in same manner, the delta t limit is applied as delta t tending to 0. It will give first derivative of P0 t is equals to, that is d by dt of P naught t is equals to minus lambda P naught t plus mu P1 t. Now it can be solved for, now steady state condition is applied. So when steady state condition is applied, derivative will become 0, P0 t will become P0 and P1 t will become P1. So 0 is equals to minus lambda P naught plus mu P1. Now it can be solved for P1. So P1 will comes out to be lambda upon mu P naught, or which can be written as rho P naught. It is considered as equation 2. Now first equation was for n plus 1 in terms of Pn, and it is for P1 in terms of P naught. Now we change the values of n in equation 1 and obtain a general relationship for Pn. Now put n is equals to 1 in equation 1, which will give P2 is equals to 1 plus rho P1 minus rho P0. From equation 2, P1 is equals to rho P0, which can be substituted here. So it will comes out to be 1 plus rho into rho P0 minus rho P0. Now on solving it, first term will be give rho P0 plus rho square P0, and second term is minus rho P0. So rho P0 and minus rho P0 will be cancelled out, and it will comes out to be rho square P0, which is equation 3. Similarly, we can put n is equals to 2 in equation 1, which will give P3 is equals to 1 plus rho P2 minus rho P1. So P2 can be taken as rho square P0 and P1 can be taken as rho P0, which will give 1 plus rho into rho square P0 minus rho square P0. On solving, it is obtained that P3 is equals to rho cube P0. Now let the relation Pn is equals to rho to the power m P0 is true for all n less than equals to m. Now we put n is equals to m in equation 1. That will give Pm plus 1 is equals to 1 plus rho Pm minus rho Pm minus 1. So we assume that the relation is true for all m less than equals to n. So here Pm can be taken as rho to the power m p naught, and Pm minus 1 can be taken as rho to the power m minus 1 p naught. So equation will be obtained as 1 plus rho into rho to the power m p naught minus rho to the power m p naught. On solving, it will give Pm plus 1 is equals to rho to the power m plus 1 p naught. Hence, by mathematical induction, we can say that this relation holds for all n. That means Pn is equals to rho to the power n, P naught is true for all n. Now we obtain the value of P naught. And we know that the total probability is always 1. That means n varies from 0 to infinity. So we add P naught plus P1 plus P2 up to P infinity. That will comes out to be 1. This can be written as summation I goes 1 to n goes 0 to infinity, Pn is equals to 1. So substitute the value of Pn, it will give summation n goes 0 to infinity rho to the power n P naught. P naught can be taken outside the summation sign. Then it will be obtained as P naught summation n goes 0 to infinity is equals to 1. And rho to the power n is geometric progression. If you write expansion of this summation, you will get 1 plus rho square plus rho cube, so on up to rho to the power infinity. That means it is infinite geometric progression. And sum of infinite geometric progression is given by first term divided by 1 minus common multiplier. So here first term is 1, that is rho to the power 0, and common multiplier is rho. So sum will be comes out to be 1 upon 1 minus rho. So the equation will become P naught is equal into 1 upon 1 minus rho is equals to 1. Now 1 minus rho can be taken on the right hand side. So it will give P naught is equals to 1 minus rho. Now substituting it into the Pn, it is obtained that Pn is equals to 1 minus rho into rho to the power n. It is the steady state distribution of MM1 infinity FCFS model of Queen system. Now we come to another characteristic of it, which is average number of customers in the system. Average can be obtained by the expected value of the variable. That means average of x is denoted by expectation of x. Average value of y is denoted by expectation of y. Similarly, average number of customers in the system can be denoted by expectation of n. And we know that expectation of x is equals to summation over x into px. That is probability of x. Similarly, here we can define expectation of n is equals to summation n goes 0 to infinity n into Pn. Now we substitute the value of Pn, it will become summation n goes 0 to infinity n rho to the power n into 1 minus rho. 1 minus rho can be taken outside the summation sign, it will become 1 minus rho. Summation n goes 0 to infinity n rho to the power n. And this summation can be expanded as rho. When we substitute n is equals to 0, the term will become 0. When we substitute n is equals to 1, it will come out to be 1 into rho to the power 1, that is rho. Next term will become 2 into rho square. Third term will become 3 into rho cube, and so on. The sum of this series is rho upon 1 minus rho square, 1 minus rho whole square, and substituting it into the expectation of n, it will become 1 minus rho into rho upon 1 minus rho whole square. Here 1 minus rho and 1 minus rho whole square will be cancelled out. Sorry, 1 minus rho in numerator and 1 minus rho in denominator will be cancelled out, and expectation of n comes out to be rho upon 1 minus rho. So average number of customers in the system is rho upon 1 minus rho. Now we come to third characteristic, which is average queue length. Average queue length is the number of customers in the queue. In the system, there will be, if in the system there are n customers in the system, there will be one customer at the service window or at server, and remaining n minus 1 will be in the queue. So queue length is denoted by n minus 1. For notation, it is represented by m and taken as m is equals to n minus 1. So expectation of m will be same as expectation of n minus 1, which can be written as summation n goes 1 to infinity n minus 1 into Pn. On substituting the value of Pn, it will become summation n goes 1 to infinity n minus 1 rho to the power n into 1 minus rho. This summation can be broken into two parts. First, 1 minus rho is taken outside the summation sign and n minus 1 is opened. So it will give summation n goes 1 to infinity n rho to the power n minus summation n goes 1 to infinity rho to the power n. Now on substituting the values of these summations, it will give 1 minus rho into rho upon 1 minus rho whole square minus rho upon 1 minus rho. Now taking 1 minus rho whole square as LCM, that will give 1 minus rho into rho square upon 1 minus rho whole square. 1 minus rho in numerator and denominator will be cancelled out, and average queue length comes out to be rho square into 1 minus rho. Now we come to the fourth characteristic of model MM1 Infinity FCFS. The fourth property is probability that there are at least k customers in the system. So the probability of at least k customer in the system is given by probability n is greater than equals to k. That will be summation of Pn for n goes k to infinity. Substituting the value of Pn, it is obtained at summation n goes k to infinity rho to the power n into 1 minus rho. 1 minus rho is taken outside the summation sign, that will give summation 1 minus rho summation n goes k to infinity rho to the power n, which is a geometric progression. First term rho to the power k, last term rho to the power infinity. That means it is a geometric progression with common multiplier rho, and first term rho to the power k. Then using the formula of summation of a geometric series, that sum is equals to a upon 1 minus r, will give it 1 minus rho into rho to the power k upon 1 minus rho. So 1 minus rho and 1 minus rho will be cancelled out. So it will comes out to be rho to the power k. That means the probability that there are at least k customer is rho to the power k. Now next characteristic is waiting time distribution. The waiting time of the customer is a continuous variable, except that there is a non-zero probability that upon arrival the customer is served immediately. That means if a customer arrives to a server, then there may be a chance that no customer will be on the server. So when he arrive in the system, he directly go to the server and get served. There may be some chances for this also. So that means there is a non-zero probability that upon arrival, customer is served immediately. That means there is some probability that time is equals to 0 or waiting time is equals to 0. It is an in generally continuous continuous variable, the probability at a particular point is always 0. That is, probability x is equals to 0 will comes out to be 0. But in this case, probability t is equals to 0 will have some value. The waiting time is denoted by W, and the cumulative density function of waiting time is denoted by psi WT. Now psi W0, that means probability that there are, at least, sorry, there are no customer in the system. Or we can say that probability that waiting time is equals to 0 is equals to probability W is equals to 0, which is also equals to that there is no customer in the system. No customer in the system, that means that will be equals to P0, and we have calculated P0 is equals to 1 minus rho. So probability that waiting time is 0 is 1 minus rho. And now we consider the case when waiting time is non-zero, that means at least one customer is in the system already. Then it is given by psi Wt is equals to probability t less than equals to W. So it can be break as probability that at least probability that there are n customer in the system, among which n minus 1 customers are served in time delta t and one customer is served during time delta t. That is probability Pn into probability n minus 1 customer are served in time t and one customer is served in time delta t, and n may varies from 1 to infinity, so it will be summed for n goes 1 to infinity, and it is a continuous variable. So cumulative density function can be obtained by integrating it with respect to t from limit 0 to t, or you can say 0 to W. So that will be equals to the summation 0 to t, sorry, integral 0 to t summation n goes 1 to infinity. P value of Pn was 1 minus rho into rho to the power n. Probability n minus 1 customers are served in time t, that will be obtained by using distribution of departure, which was Poisson with service rate mu t. It will comes out to be e to the power minus mu t to the power whole mu t to the power n minus 1 upon n minus 1 factorial, and probability one customer is served in time delta t, that was mu delta t. Here instead of mu delta t, it is written as mu dt, as due to this integration sign. Now 1 minus rho e to the power mu t are independent of n, so that can be taken outside the summation size, as well as mu can also be taken outside the summation sign. So the equation will become 1 minus rho into mu integration 0 to t e to the power minus mu t summation n goes 1 to infinity mu rho t n whole power n minus 1 upon n minus 1 factorial dt. Now this term, that is summation n goes 1 to infinity mu rho t n minus 1 upon factorial n minus 1 is similar to expansion of exponential term. We write e to the power x is equals to x plus x square upon factorial 2 plus x cube upon factorial 3 plus x to the power 4 upon factorial 4 up to infinity. This term is similar to that expansion of exponential term. So it can be written as e to the power mu rho t. That will be 1 minus rho into rho into mu integral 0 to t e to the power mu t into e to the power rho mu t dt. Now these two terms are in multiplication and both are the power of exponential term, so that can be made one term e to the power minus mu t into 1 minus rho. Now we substitute mu 1 minus rho t is equals to z, then dt will comes out to be dz upon mu into 1 minus rho. Substituting in it, it will be obtained, and solving it, it will be obtained as 1 minus rho e to the power minus mu 1 minus rho t. It is the cumulative density function of waiting time. Now what will be the probability density function of this? So it will be differentiated with respect to t, that is psi t psi t is equals to d by dt of psi wt, which will give rho mu 1 minus rho e to the power minus mu 1 minus rho t. Now next characteristic of model MM1 Infinity FCFS is average waiting time. So average waiting time can be obtained by using the relation expectation of x is equals to integral 0 to infinity x into px. So waiting time is denoted by w. So expectation of w is given by integral 0 to infinity t psi w psi t dt. Now substituting the value of psi t, it will be obtained as summation 0 to infinity t mu rho 1 minus rho exponential minus mu 1 minus rho t dt. Now again we substitute mu 1 minus rho t is equals to z. So this term t mu 1 minus rho, that will become z. If this term will second term, that is exponential minus mu 1 minus rho t will become e to the power minus z. dt will become dz upon mu 1 minus rho. And putting the value in this, it will be obtained as expectation of w is equals to mu 1 minus rho integral 0 to infinity z e to the power minus z. Now integral 0 to infinity z e to the power minus z will give value 1. It can be integrated by using by parts. So it will become z integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus z dz into integral d by dt of z into integral e to the power minus z dz. So integral of minus z e to the power minus z will become first minus e to the power minus z, then it will be again integrated, then that will give again minus e to the power minus z. So first term will become z e to the power minus z and last term will become minus e to the power minus z. Then we substitute the limit 0 to infinity, that will give value is equals to 1. And putting its value 1, expectation of w is obtained as rho upon mu 1 minus rho. Now probability density function for the time spent in the system by the customer. That means waiting time, that means how much time a customer have to wait, and time spent in the system is customer's waiting time plus customer service time. That means first customer arrive, then wait for some time in the queue, then go to the server, and some time will be consumed while servicing. So total time is the time spent in the system. It is denoted by V. So that probability density function is denoted by psi t given t is greater than 0. That means probability density function of waiting time provided the condition that customer have to wait for some time. So psi t given t is greater than 0 can be directly obtained by using the relation formula of conditional probability, that is probability a given conditional density function, that is the density of a given density of x given y is equals to probability of x intersection y upon probability of y. Using that, this term can be written as psi t upon probability t greater than equals to 0. So probability t greater than equals to 0 can be directly obtained by 1 minus probability t is equals to 0. So this term will become mu rho 1 minus rho e to the power minus mu 1 minus rho t, that is the value of psi t, and probability t is greater than 0 comes out to be 1 minus 1 minus rho. That will be on opening the back braces, it will become rho. Rho in numerator and denominator will be cancelled out. So it will comes out to be mu 1 minus rho e to the power minus mu 1 minus rho t. So the probability density function for the time is spent by the customer in the system is mu 1 minus rho e to the power minus mu 1 minus rho t. Now average time is spent by the customer in the system. So this time is denoted by W, sorry, by V. So we can write average time is spent by the customer in the system by expectation of V. So expectation of V will be integral 0 to infinity t psi t given t greater than 0 into dt. That means variable into PDF of variable integrated over complete range. So that will give integral 0 to infinity t mu 1 minus rho e to the power minus mu 1 minus rho t dt. Again substitute mu 1 minus rho t is equals to z. It will become integral 0 to infinity integral 0 to infinity z e to the power minus z into dz upon mu 1 minus rho. So on solving it, expectation of v is obtained as 1 upon mu into 1 minus rho, which gives the average time spent by the customer in the system. Now the last characteristic of model is Little's formula. Little's formula was given by Dr. D.C. Little, or you can say Dr. John D.C. Little, due to which it is called as Little's formula. It gives the relation between average waiting time in the system and average number of the customers in the system. We know that average number of customers in the system is expectation of n is equals to lambda upon mu minus lambda, or you can say rho upon 1 minus rho. And expectation of V is 1 upon mu minus lambda, or we have previously obtained that 1 upon mu into 1 minus rho. So substituting the value of rho, we can directly obtain this formula that expectation of n is equals to lambda upon mu minus lambda, and expectation of V is equals to 1 upon mu minus lambda. Now from these two expectation, we can see easily that expectation of n is equals to lambda into expectation of v. So this relation is called as Little's formula. Its another form is the relation between average time spent by the customer in the system and average number of customers in the system. Sorry, average time spent by the customer in the system and average number of customers in the queue. That is relation between expectation of M and expectation of W. That relation is also obtained that expectation of M is equals to lambda expectation of W. So it is the completion of model MM1 Infinity FCFS along with its characteristics. These are the references, among which I am following Surup K, Gupta PK, and Manmohan. Book name of book is Operations Research, and publication is Sultan Chand and Sons. And you can follow any of these four: Hiller's book or Taha's book or S.D. Sharma's book. It's upon you which book you are following.